It keeps saying I'm live when I'm not live, and it's doing some crazy stuff. So good morning. Hopefully you can hear me now and that I'm live. I've had to go over and adjust things at YouTube, and there's some crazy stuff going on this morning. There must have been something weird in that dog and cat food from last night's show. That was a fun show. I did not realize we stayed on as long as we did, but people were still talking about it over on Dimebag's show, how much fun they had. So no, I was not asleep. Uh, the show was set to start at 8, but it didn't start. So I don't know what happened. There's a technical glitch. I had to actually go over to YouTube and reset the time back 10 minutes to get the show to start. It just did not want me to have a show this morning, I guess. Glad to see Petey found his way back. Petey is one of the mystery people that just vanished off my channel, and not by his own doing. It's just one of those deals where YouTube decided they were going to take a bunch of people away, and yeah, Petey ended up having to sign up all over again. And a lot of people have told me that. One of my family members. I'm still working on these dumb pennies, as you can tell. I ran out of Go Juice last night. I'm just going to do this one roll while we wait for people to get here. Then we're going to sign up a few more entries for tonight's contest. And then I've got a couple of interesting stories. One, which was, I actually did type everybody's entries in last night. And afterwards, then I couldn't go to sleep. So I went over to Dimebag Darren's for a little bit. And one of the topics over there was he had some Canadian pennies that had like black tar and grubby junk on them. And there was a brief discussion of how do you clean that without messing up the coins, which gave me the idea of looking up how they did that in the old days. You know, back in the days that I do the news from. So I spent a few minutes this morning trying to see what they did back in the days and whether or not that would still apply to now as far as being dangerous for your coins or not. Found one that was real interesting, and then I found an article that wasn't really about cleaning coins after the fact, but it's a really cool article about the U.S. Mint and how a coin was made from beginning to end. So that was kind of an interesting article to find. It's long, so we may not do it today, but I do want to share it because it actually has several photographs taken at the U.S. Mint back in like 1909, showing how things were done. So to me, that's interesting to see how they were doing this stuff 100+ years ago. And the fact that so many of the things that they made are still out there, and they are items that we now prize in our collections. So, yeah, I just want to get these loose pennies off my desk. I don't have very many more to go, so y'all just bear with me for the rest of it. Good morning, Miss Southern Belle. How are you, sweetheart? Yeah, it's going to be a busy day here. Ooh, somebody painted this one with fingernail polish, looks like, around the edges. Interesting. Oh, the backs, I should have showed the back side of that one. It was painted white. So yeah, somebody was definitely using that one as an art project. Not much coming out of this roll. I got two more, and then I've got the rest of those so-called circulated nickels that I got to do before I can go to the bank. Oh, I'm real unhappy about that nickel box. But I am happy that all my bills got paid because the stimulus check showed up. So that's one, as Forrest Gump said, that's one less thing. I know my ex and his sleazebag girlfriend were hoping, they were really truly trying to put me out of my house. There's no doubt in my mind that that was her goal, was to make me homeless. But alas, she failed. And not only did she fail, but ow! Ooh, I just ran over my toe with my chair. Not only did they fail, but I actually paid 3 of the bills completely off. So I owe nothing on those anymore, which will make it easier for next month. When, bill paying rolls around, I will no longer have to worry about those 3. Those cards I'm not closing the accounts. I'm just not going to use them, or I will use them and buy one thing and pay it right off. But I got 3 of them paid off. I paid off my Indigo MasterCard. I paid off my Walmart card and one other Visa that I normally only use for the purpose of renting vehicles. So, yeah, well, yeah, it is mean. My ex would never do these things. He suffers from a chronic brain injury, and he is being manipulated by this woman. Oh my goodness, dime bag dog Darren is up. You had to be here last night to understand the dime bag dog thing. Ah, well, we got, according to the magic screen, 4 people here. Let's see who we have over on the what am I trying to say this morning? The Nightbot. See, it's morning, so Nightbot's just not registering in my little head. Got 6 people on the eligible user list over there. When I get it up to 10, I'll start pulling some folks. Yep. And 2 of my other ones I have paid down to where they are under $100. And the only reason I haven't paid them off yet is I got something that I'm gonna go look at a motorhome that's here locally. I'm not, if I try to buy it, I'm obviously going to have to get a loan, probably from a family member, but I don't like where I live, and I loved having my motorhome before, so this one, it runs sound, everything, all of the important working parts work. It has a couple of leaks around a couple of the windows. Now, I spent many years working with race car fabrication. So and I fixed my other motorhome. I bought a motorhome for $900 back when my mom died because I needed a place to live. And I fixed that one all up and had, repaired all the leaks and everything in it. But it was old. It was like a 1976 Class C, built on a Ford van chassis, which was good because I didn't have any problem fixing it. I can do Fords. So anyway, I want to go take a look at it. It's local to me. The people just brought it back up from Texas, and the interior photos look good, and the photos that they were real honest about it. About the structural damage, but I got to go take a look at it and see how deep that structural damage really is, and see if it's something I can actually attack and fix. I don't know why I'm still looking at pennies, just because I know I got to get them done. But I'm going to run over here and grab this article real quick. Since Dime Bag is floating around, we got in a discussion of how to clean coins. And I found this article from 1906, where a lady wrote into the local newspaper asking how to clean coins. So let's see if we can see what they thought about that in 1906. It's not a very long article, so I think I can muddle through. Oh my goodness, Susie, you are one tired girl today. Okay, so here's our article. Came from the Buffalo Inquirer. Now I'm going to go over to my other window where I can read it a little bit easier. And it says, cleaning coins, worn out coins, milk powder, cleaning brushes, removing gloss from silk. So these were different topics that came up in this self-help column. I'm bringing it up over here where it's a little bit larger from my eyeballs. I'm a little bit blind. It says, to the editor of the Inquirer, will you kindly tell through the information column of some ways to clean old coins? I also have some old ones that are worn smooth or nearly so, and would be much obliged if you could tell whether or not there is any way to bring out the impression so that it may be seen. And the response is, the coins may be very easily cleaned by placing them for a few seconds in a very weak solution of nitric acid, washing off the acid with clean water and drying in warm sawdust. For coins that are very much tarnished, you might heat them and drop them into the acid while hot. To keep them bright, you might coat them with a transparent lacquer. I'm sorry if I'm laughing, but this is what they thought was okay to do in 1906. I have been unable to find out if there is any method of bringing up the impression of worn out coins as it was originally, but you can bring it out in reverse by heating them red hot and then cooling slowly. By reverse, I mean that the letters and designs which were originally raised on the face of the coin will be sunk. This is caused by the heat expanding the material, which was compressed by the dye in the making of the coins. I don't think I'd be doing any one of those things. Not any of those things would I be doing to a coin at this point. Oh my goodness. That was some ill-advised advice for certain. I'm just like flabbergasted at the heat it up and drop it in the acid. I'm like, holy crap. So I don't think we're going to want to do that one, folks. But the conversation is what gave me the idea. Now, one that I did run across several times, and I would not do this to a valuable coin until I had tried it on just a general run-of-the-mill crapped out coin, something maybe like what I just stuck under the scope. But I did read one last night about using olive oil on a Q-tip to get the sticky stuff, because I get ones that have like tar, I think they came out of some roofer's truck or something. But I did read one about using a small amount of olive oil on a Q-tip and then taking a second Q-tip with isopropyl alcohol and getting the oil off and then rinsing it with denatured alcohol. Now, like I said, a valuable coin, I don't know that I would want to try that on, but just if I had a general box of gunked up coins, which I do because I metal detect, I might well try it on something like that. But I don't think I'm going into what that article just described. That was pretty crazy. But that may be a whole nother topic for me to do a series on, of how people thought coins should be treated then versus how we treat them now. I'm going to try a little search real quick for something. Because, yeah, I do find ones when I am metal detecting that are pretty gross. Pretty bad. I'm going to limit my search to anything before 1900, just because I want to see what they did back in the old days. Sometimes I don't get the response that I'm looking for. Let me go for the oldest. Yeah, as you can tell, I was not ready for the show this morning because I didn't really plan that one last night to be as long as it was, but we sure had a good time in there. I had a lot of first timers that said they were having a blast, so that made me feel good, that somebody came into my show for the first time and said, hey, this is really fun. I don't know what this is. Yeah, I'll have to work on that topic, but I just thought that one was like, you gotta be kidding me. Oh my goodness. I don't know that I would ever do some of those things to a coin. And so what I'm going to do here real quick, I'm going to go through this other roll, and then the whole rest of the show is just going to be cats and dogs. We're going to, well, let's just go ahead and do cats and dogs now. What the heck? I can finish these pennies later. They're not going anywhere. There's only about $1 worth of them, so they're not going anywhere. So let's see. Something's going cuckoo. Looks like the wheel of insanity is spinning. For the purpose of just amusing the audience, I'm going to put this under the Scopy. She's kind of pretty, and she's going to go somewhere tonight. Come on, Suze. You can do this. You're not that asleep yet. What it is I moved my scope because I have worn a spot through the mat that it goes on. I'm going to have to get a hold of them and see if I can order a new mat for that to go. Oh, no, that's not very pretty. Let's get there. Big kiss. Big kiss from her. All right, let's go over here to the Nightbot guy. Now, it says there are 6 people in the room, but it says there's only 5 on the Nightbot. So let me go over here. Somebody's missing. People on the list are Charles, Dimebag Darren, Miss Southern Belle, Modest Moon, and Lucky James. So somebody's not on the list. Yeah, and they're all over. I know where everybody is. They're all over at Miss Ida's, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with Miss Ida. I love her very much. But later on, there's James Eller. Later on today, when the show starts, they're going to be, how come I'm not entered? Well, because you didn't come over and enter, you dum-dum. You could have taken 10 minutes out from your time over there at Miss Ida's, but you didn't. So the people that did get a chance to win all the groovies. And Miss Southern Belle, I absolutely love my t-shirt. I wore it yesterday, and I got 3 compliments on that shirt while I was walking through the store. So if anybody likes tie-dye, Miss Southern Belle, she's pretty darn good at it. She got me set up with a shirt that's got my 2 favorite colors on it, and it's really neat. I like it a great deal. All right, well, here we go. Let's see who the first person to play cat or dog is going to be this morning. Are you kidding me? The Lucky James Eller. Luckiest Eller in the whole Eller world. All right, Jane. Cat or doggy? Cat or doggy? And why is my stream not showing up where it's supposed to be? I get irritated. That's another thing they have done on YouTube that you have to watch for. It used to be that when you clicked that live stream button, it took you to live stream. Now it's taking you to talk chat instead of live chat. So you need to be real careful about going in there and hitting that button and making sure that it is feeding your stream. He says, Le kitty, and in this box, out jumped Le puppy. That's no kitty. That is not a kitty. I'll show you. It's not a kitty. It's a cute dog, but not a kitty. Stuck his tongue out at you, too. Said, nope, not letting you have it this morning, James. Maybe later. I set that one aside. See who else gets a turn. Miss Southern Belle. It says you're not subscribed to my channel, Miss Southern Belle. Is that true? Of course, I don't know what to believe from this thing this morning. It also says my stream is not live, but who knows? Cat or dog, Miss Southern Belle? Kitty or doggy? Kitty or doggy? Meow, 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 meow. I was looking around to see if M3 was here. If I can annoy the heck out of M3, all I got to do is start doing deck the halls in meow, and he leaves the room. Oh, yeah. Meow, 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 meow. He's out of here. He does not like that song. Okay. Yeah, last night, I swear the dogs ate the cats. We would draw like 10 dogs in a row, so it finally got to the point where if you drew 3 dogs in a row, that meant you won because that meant there were no cats left. Oh, yeah, I have no idea what they were doing. They were ornery. Miss Southern Belle, dog or kitty, please. Dog or kitty, dog or kitty. Okay, I'm going to go to the thrift store and see if I can find a better container, because I have new games coming that are going to really require more space than this box is allowing me to have. And this is going to become a coin storage box. Last call, Miss Southern Belle. Cat or dog? Cat or dog? Cat or dog? Cat or dog? Been waiting 2 minutes. No. I think she went to check on somebody else. Lucky James Eller says, cat. Wonder if the dog ate the cats. Alright, well. Yeah, I heard you were cleaning up over at the Nubby house. So some people were calling foul on that one, but yeah, I don't know what happened at the end of Dimebag Darrell's because I went to sleep, so I don't know who won the duck thing. Alright, well, I don't know where she is, so we're going on. We're going to hit somebody else. Dimebag Darren dog low. It also says you're not subscribed to my channel. Oh, come on, people. Dimebag Darren dog. What you want, buddy? Cat or barking thing? Somebody let one of them out. Good grief. They're going absolutely nuts. I am a dog, he says. I am a dog. Let's see if a dog will get out of this box. Come on, doggy. Get along, little doggy. Get along. Oh, my goodness. Y'all that been here playing know the rule. The rule is if you get a joker, you get 2 entries, and it does not matter if it is cat or dog. But Darren dog got him a dog, and he got him a joker dog. So he got 2 entries. Two. Whoops. I just knocked the, this is why I need a new stand for my my scope, it has decided it wanted to let loose from its base, and the base is all scratched up. I have used this scope for over a year now. It was a channel gift when I first started going live from Handy Andy. Yep, trust that doggy. That doggy came through for you in a big way there. Got you signed up for 2 more. Let me see what it says over here. It says there are 7 people in the stream. And I got to fix the scope. So I'm going to reset the eligibility. Give you other people who are missing the opportunity, because right now it says there's only 2 eligible users, but 7 in the main stream. So something has gone amiss. So while I fix the scope, if y'all would please post something in the thing, then we will be back in business as soon as I can get all this doggone technology straightened around. Yeah, by the way, the scratches that you are seeing, I believe, are on the capsule and not actually on the coin. I can't swear to that, but it looks like they are. So, well, Miss Southern Belle, we called your name while you were washing the dishes, so hopefully we'll call your name again and you'll get another opportunity. Now I have 5 people, and there are 8 in the stream, so 3 of you have not posted to get your opportunity. I will read you the list of the people whose names are on here, and if your name is not here, it means you need to post. Everybody who has passed their attendance record this morning is Charles, Dimebag Darren, Miss Southern Belle, Modest Moon, Stan CT, and Lucky James Eller. So if I did not read your name, you need to post something here and get yourself in the fray. Yeah, we knew you were around somewhere, just weren't sure where. We'll put the Joker dog back in. Don't want to deprive anybody of a win because I left the card out. So get him back in the box. Okay, now it says we have 6 eligible users and 7 in the stream, so close enough. Whoever the slacker is, oh well. Of course, I already got my thumbs down this morning. I know who it is. I get them every morning. I thank them so much for coming over, and doggone this stupid scope. It fell again. I think the clip that holds it to the board, it has just had too much use. Okay, let's get back over to the Nightbot. And Modest Moon Gazer. Kitty or pup? Cats and kittens, pups or pooches? Where are we going with this thing? Yeah, I used to be real tech savvy, and then I just kind of got away with it. I used to do web pages where I wrote my own HTML code and I could do all that stuff, but the technology has gotten away from me now. I can barely put together a web page. Okay, Modest Moon, kitty or pup, kitty or pup. We need a kitty or a pup. Goodness, them boys want out. Kitty or pup? Kitty or pup? Kitty cat. Okay. We see if there's a kitty cat in there that wants to come out and say hi to Modest Moon. Oh, and look. This is the one in the box that looks most like my cat. Da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da. Kitty! We have a new entry. Modest Moon Gazer on the list. Put that one aside. I'm going to do 3 more, and hopefully that will get me out of here. Oh, come on! Are you kidding me? Dang! Eller, you are something, buddy. Okay, James. Cat or dog? You missed on the last one. So you're getting your second chance at fame here. You've got about 9-10 entries already. Yeah, there's over 150 entries so far. And this show is the last chance to get entered. So, dog or cat, Mr. Eller. He says meow, 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 meow. Let's see what we got. Come on, come out of there. You're not doing so hot this morning, James. You did not get a cat. You got a little corgi sticking its tongue out at you saying, nanner, nanner, nanner. Oh, my. It's not like James doesn't have an entry, folks. James has been here every day and usually gotten 1 or 2 entries every time. Next, Charles Latre. Did I get it right this time? Charles Latre. Cat or dog? And please tell me if I got your name right. It was late when I asked for clarification. Bingo cat. Okay. Bingo cat. Ta-da-da! There is one kitty with some pretty green eyes. I'm going to put Charles on the list. Now, I will tell you guys, because you're here, if I get everything done this afternoon that I need to get done, I might pop back on and do, one more opportunity for people to get on. Stan CT, Mr. Stan, cat or dog? I don't know. He's got that CT scan in there, so could be a cat man doo-doo. Yeah. I appreciate everybody who actually has supported my channel for the past couple weeks while I've been so unwell, and y'all made me laugh so hard last night. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun in here when the box exploded and all of the critters jumped out on my head. That was pretty funny. Oh, you got a different cat this time. Oh my goodness, you got a pretty white kitty. Look at that little kitty that came out. I can't get it to stay. It doesn't want to sit on top of that plastic cap. So there we go. There we go. So Stan CT got one more entry. Yeah, I've had the last really 3-4 weeks have been really rough. Bingo was for the name. Yeah, I thought it. I figured that. I've been trying to remember. Okay, let's roll her again. Miss Southern Belle. My favorite little Georgia peach down there. Miss Southern Belle, do we want a kitty cat or a doggy dog? Not sure which one we're gonna get, but that's what we're gonna have, a cat or a dog for sure. Now next week I got a bunch of different cards and I gotta figure out a new game. But since people were guessing things like alligators and gorillas, there will be alligators and gorillas coming up, folks. Okay, Miss Southern Belle says she wants a puppy dog. So let's see if there's a puppy dog in here that wants to go run around down in Georgia with Miss Southern Belle. And guess who we found? We found a little Puggerator. Look at them little pug eyes. Oops, stay there, Mr. Pug. There he is, Mr. Pug. He's running around. He doesn't want to stay put, but there he is. We got us a pug. So we got Miss Southern Belle on there too. And let's see. The screen says there are 6 people. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Well, everybody of the 6 of you who showed up got an entry except the poor unlucky James Eller this morning. So I am voting to make it an across-the-board sweep, and all 6 of you who are on the list are going to get one. Well, I was going to do that, and then Hey You showed up. So now I got to draw another dog or cat just to see if Hey You. But I put everybody back in the box. So let's see what happened. Modest Moon, cat or dog? Cat or dog? Morning, Hey You. Hey You, Hey You. And just in case there's somebody in the room that there's somebody been spreading some stories that I am no longer speaking to my brother, Handy Andy. He was in the room last night, so usually it's because Andy has his own show now and can oftentimes be found face down asleep on his keyboard. Oh my goodness, you have done that. Well, do I have an address here? I think I do have an address. I don't have my favorite brainiac odd person who usually hits my mail up there, so I don't know all my commands. Usually I'll leave that stuff to Archaeology Mikey, but I don't know where he's at this morning. He's in Florida on vacation, so I don't know. Give your win to Miss Southern Belle. Okay. So, Miss Southern Belle, from you, I need cat or dog, since Modest Moon is driving and wants to pass that win off to you. So, Miss Southern Belle. Cat or dog from Miss Southern Belle. Miss Southern Belle, she's probably washing another dish. Oh, there she is with the dog. She likes them puppy dogs. I notice she picks the doggies a lot. Uh-oh, that not no doggy, but it sure is a cute cat. I gotta show it because it's just so darn cute. Oh, look at this cat with a little crown on. That's so funny. But it was not a doggy. It was not a doggy. So I've only got 2 people in here that did not get one today. So in order that I can get out of here and get my quarters for the Lodo show tonight at 5, I'm just going to give those other 2 people an entry, and those 2 people are Hey You and the Lucky James Eller, who just kept drawing the wrong critters. Oh, I always hate when I find kitties on the road. My sister has a farm out in the country, and people are so hateful. They, rather than take the cats to the local shelter or try to contact a rescue online, they just take them out in the country and dump them, assuming that they are going to know how to take care of themselves. So what usually ends up happening is they show up on my sister's farm, and she doesn't have a lot of money. She does the best she can to take care of them, and some of them just live out there until they reach old age and die. One of them, unfortunately, was not the brightest kitty, and he got stepped on by one of the horses, broke his jaw, and it was all messed up. But he lived for another 2-3 years. He was one of my favorites. His name was Barry. He was named after Barry Cowsill, if anybody remembers the band, the Cowsills. My sister was friends with Barry Cowsill, and so she had named this cat after Barry. But right now, there are probably still 13, 14 cats on the farm, including 2 brand new baby kitties. When she can get help, she gets them neutered, spayed and neutered, so that there are no more. But the new management at the shelter where they used to do it for her for very inexpensively because she took the responsibility of taking care of the cats. The new management is no longer assisting her with that. So I'm going to try and get online here in the next week or two and see if I can find someone that at least will provide those services so that no more cats are born and living out on that farm. Because, I mean, at the very least, they are pretty safe on the property, and they do get fed. Maybe not as well as they should, but they are most of them are semi-feral, so they hunt. But she does make sure they get one really good meal every day, and sometimes two. But it angers me that people will drive right by the shelter and take those cats and dump them. For a while, somebody was dumping dogs out there, but my sister does not allow the dogs to stay on the farm because they will kill the cats. So she has, and she also has a horse and a pony that were both rescued. The man down the street apparently had bought this horse, and the horse wouldn't let him ride because either A, he didn't have a very good touch with his reins and was hurting the horse with the bit, or the guy was rather large, and for whatever reason, this horse did not want this man on him, and the guy was going to shoot the horse because the horse wouldn't let him ride him. So my sister went down there and took the horse. Oh, well, thank you so much. Hey, you. That's very kind. That's very, very kind. The cat that I have, M3, he is a rescue, and he's a rock star rescue. My friend, I work with a band from the 60s called Question Mark and the Mysterians. They had a big hit with a song called 96 Tears back in 1966. And several other good records that most people don't remember because 96 Tears was so huge. But most of the guys in the band kind of wasted their money, what little they got before the record company started stealing from them. But Q invested in land. And so he and the band's manager own a farm. And they have critters of all kinds out there. I love the farm. That's one of the places I lived in my motorhome for a while. I went out and lived on the farm. But someone dumped this cat out there. And this had been a domesticated cat. This was not a feral cat. And he was about 8 or 9 months old. Someone dumped him out at what I call Mysterian Manor. And the feral cats were not getting along with this cat at all. And this cat didn't really know how to hunt and protect himself from the ferals. And so what started happening was he started developing his own pecking order and picking on the littlest cats because that was all he knew how to do. And we were all out in the garage one day, and Q said, I don't know what I'm going to do with this cat. He says, I can't have him jumping on my little baby girl cat and beating her up, he said, and the other cats are beating him up. And we were sitting there, and all of a sudden, this cat just jumped up in my lap like I was mama, and sat there and just started purring. And I said, well, I just bought my house, so I actually have, no landlord to tell me I can't have another cat. So if this becomes a problem, bring them over to me. So Christmas rolls around, and I went over there to do our Christmas gifting, and they had put a bow around his little neck and gotten one of those little cardboard carriers that they give you at the vet. So I went to take him home, and before I even got the car out of the driveway, he had ripped that carrier apart. And I thought, oh, this isn't going to be good. I got to drive 14 miles with this cat that's going to be going absolutely stupid in my car. Well, he walked around the car, checked everything out, came up, sat down in my lap, and rode home sitting in my lap. And so he was rescued from question mark and the Mysterians. Ooh, I got a Wheatie, 1958. And I have had M3 ever since. And the reason his name is M3 is my friend Q. There's so many cats out there on that farm, because it's the same kind of situation. It's down at the end of a road, and people just take cats out there and dump them. So he started out, he had a cat named Meow. And then the second one came along, and it was Meow Meow. Well, then this one showed up. This was Meow Meow Meow. Well, that's kind of a big long name for a cat. So it got abbreviated to M3, which alternately stands for Meow Meow Meow, Mr. Meow Martin, or My Mysterious Mess. But his name is M3, and I've had him several years now. He's a real good cat, and it solved the problem. But it was clear he was not a feral. Some person deliberately decided, I don't want my house cat anymore, and just took him down to the end of this road and dumped him. And I personally believe that it should be a felony to dump an animal like that. Yep, cats have staff. I am in charge of feeding and all other essential items that must happen in the house. And M3 is in charge of telling me when to do them. But yeah, it makes me very angry. My friend Tommy race car shop down in Tampa for years was about a mile from the animal shelter, and people would go down to the end of his road and dump animals down there at his shop. And one of the bad problems of that was that down behind the shop was a swamp area, and there were gators in it. So, they were basically, in some cases, committing these animals to being eaten by alligators, which really pissed me off. But we would come back from the races periodically, and there'd be some new dog or cat, and Tommy didn't like cats, which was really funny because I was a cat person. But people would have dumped, they went by the animal control. The animal control was closed, so they said, oh, let's just go down to the end of this road and dump them. So we were constantly trying to find homes for dogs and cats. And I think we found a ferret down there once. I mean, just terrible. But my favorite, and we did have to find a home for them, was a mother and son pair of German shepherds. Now, Tommy liked having a shop dog, but he didn't really want two. But they showed up, and for the first couple days they were okay, but then they started kind of tearing things up. And my friend Debbie and I stopped by to see how things were going with the dogs. And I said, Tommy, did you ever name? I said, are you going to keep them? He said, yeah, I think I am. And I said, well, did you name them? And he said, yeah. And I said, what did you name them? And this is a little bit off color, but he named them Bitch and Shithead. And so Bitch and Shithead became the shop dogs for about a month. And then one night they got themselves in some real big trouble because my friend Tommy's dad owned a boat repair shop. And he had brought one of the customers' boats over there so that we could rebuild the seats and recover the seats, because there was all kinds of racing fabrication, metal fabrication, and we were making racing seats. So I knew how to do the upholstery part. So the boat that belongs to this customer is in the shop, and Tommy went off and left the dogs in the shop instead of outside because it was raining. And when he returned, Bitch and Shithead had ripped every single piece of upholstery out of this customer's boat. And it was like about 14 grand worth of damage. At which point we began actively looking for a home for Bitch and Shithead. And at least they didn't go in the swamp, and they didn't go back to the place. Tommy had a friend, another racing buddy that lived out in the country that took the dogs. But yeah, that was one of my funnier memories. I'll never forget when I asked him, what did you name the dogs? And he said, Bitch and Shithead. You can tell why I have a lot of fond memories of my friend Tommy. He was a pretty funny dude. And what's really funny about it is he was very introverted, and a lot of people, oh yeah, they were living up to their names. A lot of people didn't understand Tommy. He was very introverted until you got to know him, and then he was an absolute riot. And there just weren't that many people that knew him, and they always thought we were kind of a strange combination because I'm very extroverted, but he was very smart. You know, he read a lot, and out at the Speedway, one of the common denominators that made us friends in the first place was that we liked the same kind of music. And most of the racing people listened to country music, and Tommy and I were rock and rollers. And I was 6 years older than him. So my music influenced his music a little bit. And so we had a lot of things in common, including that warped sense of humor. Now, there were people at his memorial service who were absolutely shocked to learn that Tommy watched Jeopardy. I mean, that just never would connect with them because they only knew the real introverted Tommy that he showed most people. I knew things about him that his own family didn't know. I knew things about him that his ex-wife didn't know. So I miss him a lot because, things like that that you just would not expect to be coming out of somebody's mouth. Like, what'd you name the dogs? Bitch and shithead. You know. But anyway, okay, let me look real quick and make sure that everybody that showed up today got an entry. And I finished that last roll of pennies. It didn't look like there was much happening there. And so I think everybody here this morning got another entry. I'm going to read the list, and if you do not hear your name, then let me know. Dime Bag, Modest Moon, Charles, Stan CT, Miss Southern Belle, Lucky James Eller, and Hey You. So if anybody else came in, like somebody just now came in, I'm not sure who, might be somebody that was already here. But if Texas Joe, okay. All right, Texas Joe, I'm not getting the cards back out, so I'm just giving you an entry just for being here. And I'm going to have to get rolling because I got to go to the car wash and do the car wash quarter thing. And while I'm down there, I think I'm gonna I might film a video of sorts. I need to clean some of my metal detecting equipment. The place that I went yesterday, I didn't go for very long because I didn't want to wear myself out, and I still wore myself out. But we'd had some rain in the last couple days, and my stuff's kind of muddy, and I don't like to leave it that way. So I sometimes take my shovel and all of my stuff and I line it up in the car wash and just hose it down because my detector is waterproof, and that way I don't have to put all the stuff back in my car all nasty. So I got to do that. I got to go by the bank. Just got to take care of some stuff so that I can be back at 5 p.m. Eastern to start giving away some stuff. Oh, and I have to go to the post office and see if that package arrived with the other goodies in it. If it did, then we'll add them to tonight's giveaway. And if it did not, we will have another giveaway in May. I have kind of changed how I do my giveaways. I used to do like 2 or 3 giveaways in every stream, and that was eating me up on postage because the minimum usually was costing me about $3. So I was spending $10-15 on postage every week. And since my finances have changed, I can't do that. So what I'm doing now is once a month, I'm going to do something like this where I have a larger giveaway, but not so many giveaways. And they will be more aimed towards the people who actually show up to my shows. Last night, I guess I just hit a niche last night where nobody was on. And I had at one point 23 people. Oh, there's US Silver. Got to get him on the list. Last chance for that entry, so US Silver made it in on time. Yeah, I'm going to have fun today loading all this onto the wheel. Fortunately, I've been keeping the list so that I can just copy and paste the list, but that's going to be one crowded wheel. And the last 3 people that survive will be the winners of the top 3 prizes. So to remind you guys, since you got signed up in the proper manner, you do not have to be in the show to win. You do, however, have to claim your prize within 3 days. So once I have given the prizes away, I will make a video which will be posted, and you can check and see if you were one of the top 3 winners and claim your prize. The smaller prizes, I am going to give away a couple of smaller prizes, not too many, because I don't want to get into that postage situation again. But there will be a couple smaller prizes that you do have to be in the stream for. And if you are a metal detectorist and you win one of the prizes, and you let me know you're a detectorist, I do have a few detecting prizes that I will give you a choice of. You can have this or you can have this detecting item instead, because I do have a number of detecting items to give away, and I'm probably going to do that next month, but I got enough that I can give a couple of little ones away. So everybody, please try to be in the show tonight. If you can't, I totally understand. Like my friend Werner over in Germany sent me a message this morning. He says, man, I'm going to get in trouble if I don't start sleeping normal hours, instead of watching your show. So I totally understand. People got to work, stuff like that. That's why I set this up the way I did, where I came on at different times and people could get registered and they did not necessarily have to be there. I would love it if you are, but I will understand if you cannot be. So that being said, I got to go take care of some kitty cat business, and then I got to go to the post office and the bank and the car wash and the grocery store and all of those normal people things that you got to do to stay alive. So I will see everybody later on, hopefully, one way or the other. I'll see many of your names on the wheel. That normal doesn't exist. You got that right, Charles. And then I got to get back with this guy that I'm supposed to go look at the motorhome tomorrow. It's not a new motorhome by any sense of the word. It's a 1996, but it is a Ford, and it runs on gas. I don't want anything diesel that I don't understand the inner workings of, and can't find anybody to work on. And his price is negotiable, so I'm just going to go take a look at it, see if it's something I might be able to work out some financing with a relative or something, and try to work towards that goal, because ever since I sold my other motorhome, I regretted it. So we'll see what happens. If the damage I think is too much for me and my immediate group of people to fix, then I will skip it. But it didn't look that bad. They just drove it from Texas to Virginia. It's a matter of leaking around a couple of windows. So it's just a matter of how much structural damage has that leak caused. Everything else seems to be functional, and he told me I could take it out and drive it, So, yeah. Anyway, we're on the way out. I see Jack on his way in, so I'll put his name on the list, and I got to run. I'll see everybody hopefully at 5 o'clock Eastern. I'm not actually going to start giving away the big prizes until about 6, because I still have to do the regular part of the show with the car wash quarters and a couple of rolls of nickels and that kind of stuff. So, and tonight the show's going to run until everybody is off that wheel. So I'm sorry if I am running over my friend Jeff Silversmith. I'm sorry if I'm running over Badlands. I'm sorry if I'm running over whoever I'm running over, but I need to do my show. So we'll see y'all later. Keep your fingers crossed for some good luck tonight. Somebody's going to win some silver and some other good stuff. We will see. Oh, way over 100 people. Let me take a quick look and tell you how many people are actually on here, minus the ones from today that I haven't entered yet. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that I have not entered from this morning. So we have right now, before I enter those 10, 144 entries. So that means we will have 154 entries on the wheel, out of which 3 will be winning the grand prizes. Some of those people have multiple entries. Others have 1. So it's wide open. But yeah, 154 entries is what we ended up with. So that's pretty amazing. Yeah, Charles and James are pretty close. Let me look. Charles has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 1 from today, so that's 12. Getting down here. Scratch and Go Crazy has quite a few also. James Eller has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, you guys are got the deck stacked a little bit. Werner over in Germany, he has 4. Scratch and Go Crazy has 5 or 6, 5. Modest Moongazer has 5. Miss Southern Belle has 5. Larry Powell has 4. I'm just scrolling through real quick. Dimebag has 4. Dislogic has 3. My friend Cynthia Swearington, she has 4. Archaeology Mikey has 5 or 6. And then there are other people that have 2 or 1. But what this shows me who comes to my show on a regular basis and just hangs out and has a good time. And there's David Carlisle getting his name scribbled on the list right at the last minute. He has more than 1 entry. So, yeah, Dave's not here, man. Party at Susie Q house tonight. That's right. Party at Susie Q starts at 5 Eastern. Jack, actually, I think you have more than that because you just got another one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Jack, you have 5, actually. Hey, you has 2. Handy Andy has 2. And then there's a lot of people that just have 1 that popped in, like Kathy's Corner has 1, Digging with Deej has 1, Mark Thomas has 3. You know, it just, Mud Swat's got 3. Muscle Shell has 2. that were both gifted to him by members of the stream, because I know that he has been busy and not been able to get in, but he is a major supporter of this channel. So anyway, when I get them all added in, there will be probably 156, 157, because a couple more came in right at the last minute. So, and there's another one. I got people sneaking in here right at the end, getting their name on there. Janelle now has 2 entries. And Rarest Find gets another. And then I'm going to go, or I'll never get out of here. I got to go to the bank, folks. Get the quarters and all that good stuff. So I'll see y'all at 5. And we're going to go till the show is over. So thank y'all for being here this morning. We didn't do a whole lot of news, but I do not recommend the treatment that was suggested in that article for how to clean those coins. I would not do that. Yeah, and there are 2 sets of scales to be given away, so that's a goodie. There's the one that was donated by Archaeology Mikey, and then there's the one that I donated. And Ravenhawk, hey, got in here just at the nick of time. I am a mod on Raven's channel, and I have been missing some of the shows because I've been sick, and then I missed some because I had to do my own show. Yeah, I did not really like that nitric acid bath suggestion in that article, but that was what they did in 1906. Yeah, that's why I like to go back and look at that crazy stuff. Some of it, you would just look at it and go, are you out of your flipping mind? But back then, that was the common, that's what they did. That's why I go back and pull those. I'm really hoping, now tomorrow morning, I will not be having It Was the News, because I have a doctor's appointment like 100 miles from here. So I will be leaving very early in the morning. So we won't be having a news show tomorrow. But when I come back, I've got a couple real good ones that I'm working on, especially that one about the use of counterfeit money and script in war. And the other one is the really, really cool article that I found from the early 1900s showing what the inside of the coin mint looked like and the procedure for minting the coins. Those are both some pretty cool articles that I want to do whole shows on, just because you read them and you don't really believe this is true, but you know that it is. So I want to share that information. Yeah, tomorrow's back to the thing with my ears again. They put that tube in a couple weeks ago. They got to check that out. So, alrighty, guys, I'm headed to the car wash to get some quotas and down to the bank and some other places. So I'll see y'all later. 5 o'clock until whenever the show finally ends, because it's going to take a while to weed through the 150 plus entries in the contest. So we'll see y'all then. Have a great day. Ravenhawk, Peppa for me. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.